Today we're going to do some building, and I've got the perfect location right up here on my horse to do this building project. We've got the waterfall nearby. There's a small waterfall behind me there that leads into the bigger one here, which is of course where our town is and where we can see pretty much the entire town. There are a couple of trees here that are blocking the view a bit and they might have to be cut down. I think what I'll do is at least cut them down to the stumps and then we can just like see what the view looks like. But before any of that, guys, we want to get some building done. So let's actually find a good location, because we know that this is the rough location for where we want to build. But this, as you can see, is a little bit like, well, a bit hilly, not really that flat. And I'm just wondering whether we could build up here somewhere. What I want to start by building is a house. So we're actually going to move house ourselves, guys. This is going to be my new house up here. This is what we're looking to build. The question is, can we get it in somewhere? Now, I'm thinking maybe if we take away some of these trees, we can. And the other thing we're going to build up here is going to be a farm area where I can do some farming of stuff that I want to do. There's a couple reasons for this, which we'll get into in just a moment. But first, let's see if we can find the right spot. Now, I think what I want to do actually is check over this side of the waterfall too, because I was just looking around. I was like, this looks quite flat. We've still got the waterfall there, as you can see. And we have got decent views here. Oh, it's actually really near to our hunting area too. So we could kind of be up here with these guys. And we've got the road here. If we could get the house on this side potentially, then over here, yeah, this is pretty big. We could do like a lot of farming around here, I would say. Yeah, that could work potentially. Let's go back near to the waterfall. I do want to try and get like a good view of the waterfall and also of the town from my house. But up here might be better if we can find it. So let's get the house out and let's see the size of it once again. We're going to go for the biggest one because, I mean, this is my house after all, right? We want to go big with this. I think if we place it there, that could work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take down these 3 trees and test it out. What I'll do, though, is I'm going to save my game first. So let's go ahead and do that. Save that in there. And then if when I take these trees down, it turns out we still can't build it here, then I'll probably just reload the old save file. Oh, and I don't have an axe with me. Anyway, I'll take care of that stuff off camera. Once this is done, let's see whether or not we can build here. Having taken down those trees, there is a little spot here. If I can find it, it's just there. It's a really small spot. Let's see, how far this way can we go there? Oh, actually, that's a lot better than I thought. All right, let's get it as far that way as we can and place it down just like that. So this is where it's going to be, just here, as you can see. And this is going to have pretty good views out the window. Once this is built, it's going to be up on foundations. There'll be some views out the back of the waterfall, which is a really nice area. And some views down here of the town as well, which is really cool. And incidentally, we just got an achievement in the game, guys. Up here in the top right, our development stage is now village. So by building the foundations for this new place, that put us over the edge. We are now officially a village, which is pretty cool. So what we're going to do is once that's built here, it looks out this way. It will connect up to the main road. Well, obviously, this is going to be our house. We're going to build it nice, have like a front yard, a little pathway, all that sort of stuff. Then across the road over here, this is where stuff's going to start happening, including some big farms. At least one, maybe a couple of really big farms up here that we can come and do this. Now, there are a couple of reasons I'm doing this. First of all, if we go into the building technology here, every time we build, this is going to go up, and we are heading towards the mine, as I mentioned in a previous episode. The other thing, though, is in the farming technology, this is also important for us to level up. I'd really like to get to the cow shed, and we're not that far off, really, like relatively speaking, right? We've got to get to 3,500, we're on 2,750. And after that, you know, things like the apiary and the windmill would be fantastic. Obviously, we're a long way off these things, but the more farming we do, the better. And farming also leads to a lot of money and a lot of food for our citizens and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be a nice project to take on. It'd be something that's like going to look good, but would also be kind of fun to do and productive at the same time. So the next thing is to start looking at where we want the farm to go. And I think what's important here is that we make sure that we get the maximum size farm that we can. So if we go into the farming section here, place down the field, I want to see just what direction it goes off at. Okay, it goes up that way. That might not be ideal for us, but what it does mean is we now at least know our heading. So I need to come down pretty close to here, but I want to leave space for decorations and stuff. So let's see, how far can we come out this way? I think 16 is the maximum. So let's see, 16 would be there, and we cannot quite get to 16. So I wonder if I can find a little spot where we can do this nearby. Hopefully I can, or this might not work. Okay, I think if I place it here, I can get the 16 this way. Yes, I can. Okay, that's great. Now it's just a case of can we get it 16 by 16, because that's going to be the tricky bit. 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, the biggest field. Boom. We can indeed. So that's going to go there. All right, that's pretty cool. Now, this is going to obviously take a lot of hoeing, and I will do that off camera. But at least now we know where it's going to be. Now, I'm going to do this off camera hoeing first, because then once that's done, I want to plan out like where we're going to have a barn. I want to have my own barn up here as well. Maybe a resource storage too, and some other things we will see. But I'll do all this stuff off camera. And then once we've got a layout of where all the buildings are going to go, I might do like an overall time lapse that's done really quickly of all those builds, just to see this whole development come along. So the field is now entirely hoed up, ready to be fertilized, which we'll look to do later on. But we now have the dimensions of it, right? That was the point of this. We now know where it's going to be. Now over this way is where our house is going to be, and just up there is of course where we did the hunting camp in a previous episode. So what I want to do now is sort of like, where do I want to place the barn, right? That's the question. So if we go into farming, let's go and grab the barn, barn number 2 we're at, and where do we want to place it? Now, what I'm thinking is we want to like think about the future, and I think it could be really nice to have the cows up here. So maybe we'll have some workers working up here in the future and doing the cows. So we have like this field here, it goes into a barn, and then on the other side of the barn, we could put the cows, which I'm thinking could be just like down here somewhere. I think this could be really nice. Now, actually, I didn't realize there's a massive load of clay deposits here, so that's worth bearing in mind. There's also a wolf over there. Jeez, he's coming. Okay, hang on. Let's see if we can get away. If I get to my horse in time, we might be okay. I don't know. Is he still coming? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we've got to be careful here. Let's get on the horse and we'll ride around just in case that wolf does come back. If we start building here and then we kill the wolves, we should be okay. We could put the cows down here somewhere, but it's just not very flat. I don't know if we're going to struggle a bit with getting the cow pen built here, so might need to think about this one a little bit. Okay, there is that wolf again. He is definitely coming over this way. I think what we're going to do then, let's actually just go get a weapon, some sort of crossbow or something, and then come back here with that, so we're armed, and then we can fight the wolf ourselves. Now, getting down here is going to be tricky, so let me figure this out. Well, I'm back up at the farm, and as you can see, I have now got some weapons on me, so if another wolf does come, then we're at least going to be equipped and ready to have a go at him. Now, in terms of the barn, what I think I'm going to do for now, if I get onto the barn building itself, we're going to place it over this side of the field. Now, I don't know whether in the future we will end up building the cows around the back here or not. Let's place it about there. It's probably roughly about halfway. So maybe in the future we can walk through here and there'll be some sort of cow enclosure. To me, it looks like potentially not. But sometimes you just have to kind of make these things up as you go along. And if that's the case, we'll just put the cows back down in the town. So once again, I'll do all this building stuff off camera. Just we've done this before. I don't really see the point in time-lapsing it. But what we might do on camera next is once the house is built, look to do some decorating and stuff like that. Of course, by moving our house up to here as well, it means there's going to be another house down in the town, which is a very nice house, of course. There's going to be freed up. So we can get some more people in here potentially as well. Get some more workers and things like that. The barn is now built, as you guys can see, and also over here we have our house built, and it's starting to take shape up here. What I would like to do now, though, is I want to look at the fences, and let's go for, let's see here, probably not a log fence. I think we're going to go for a low fence. So we can either do a low stick fence or a low wattle fence. The wattle's probably a bit nicer. So what I want to do is come right to the corner here and see how close we can get this. Let me fiddle around with this. So it looks like about here is probably going to work. We can go like along here like this then. So let's get right to the other side, as far down as we can go. So to like there, and then we'll get it like as close as we can and make sure that we're like out enough this way that we can keep going with that. So put it about here. I'll figure this out. So yeah, just about there should do it. Then we're going to run off this way, and basically we're just going to enclose the entire farm in this. I think, like, firstly, it'll look nice to have it done like this, so that in and of itself is good. But also, it's a load more building that we can do. We're trying to get our building technology up, so yeah, just as well do as much building as we can. Just do that, and we'll come around and link this up. So once again, we'll just go ahead and build all this, and when it's done, I'll show you guys how it looks. Here we are now in a new season, and the farming area now has been built. We got the fence around the farm. It's looking pretty good, and we're going to be able to get a lot of farming done up here, which is obviously the point of all this. But I'm noticing that in the management tab, we've got 7 things that are wrong right now, so we should probably start looking at this. We have 3 pregnant ladies in our town at the moment as well. I didn't know that, but yeah, the town really is growing pretty quick, isn't it? So let's have a look here. Looks like sewing hut and smithy need materials. Hunting, we know about the fishing huts. The 2 things there are fine. Extraction, we know about the well. That's fine. I'm wondering as well whether in farming, yeah, we got this barn here. It says no assignments because this is our barn. So unfortunately, I think like we can obviously take care of a couple of the things that we just saw there, but some of these little things that are saying are wrong really aren't wrong, and we'll just need to kind of have them there at all times. Have a few of the red things there, which is a little bit annoying. Like, maybe annoying is the wrong word, but it'd just be nice if you could kind of turn that off. Incidentally, if you didn't know, there is a way of getting down this waterfall safely when on a horse, and it's a much quicker way than going around. So if you are building up there yourselves, just go down like I did there. You go across the rocks like that, and I've been up and down there so much that I've been learning that one. Anyway, let me have a look and see if I can fix the problems. What we may need to do actually is do another mining session for the people in the smithy. In fact, let's check that on camera together and just see exactly what the problem is. So smithy 2, we're telling them to make. They're making the copper bars. They don't have anything to make the tin bars. I think we actually have a ton of copper at the moment, so all I'm going to do actually is just turn this off in order to get rid of that one, and we'll put that up to 100% until that's more of an issue, and we'll take care of it then. But I'll have a look at the other stuff and get that sorted. As you can see, I have now been building up some stuff around my house. So we've got this nice wooden picket fence around it, and if we go inside here, we can have a little look around. We've got the washroom facilities just over here. They're a little bit near to like this area, but if I go to, let's see, buildings right here, down here into miscellaneous and try and place one of these, maybe it would be better to put it back here is what I'm thinking, because I've sort of changed some things around. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to place that one right there. And let's see if we can get the wash tub down as well and just move that. I didn't realize really how that was looking until I brought it back in on camera with you guys. All right, let me go ahead and destroy these things, then we might have enough materials to do this. Okay, so now the wash tub, we can place it down somewhere around here. Can we get a good little spot for it? I mean, it's a little bit right outside the door there. Let's see, can we get it? All right, maybe just there then, I guess. It's going to have to be. That's about as close as we can get it. You can see here I've made a little farm as well. This is really just decorative. It wasn't meant to be like functional, like we're going to do like a lot of farming in this area. So it was kind of nice to have that outside of my house. Instantly the house, if we go to the inside right here, you see the view. Let's go into the first person viewpoint here. And out of this window, we can look down over the whole town through this window. So that's actually pretty nice. Then out the back here, we can see the waterfalls through there. There's actually 3 waterfalls in this image right now, which is pretty cool. So yeah, really nice little views here. And I've made sure to make the windows in smart positions where we'd have decent views the whole way around. So yeah, I think it's, you know, taking shape quite nicely. Obviously getting our building up as well, which was sort of the point in all this. And this is going to be our new home pretty soon. I will insulate it soon though as well to make it better. Then up here, I've been making up the farm areas. You know, what I've also done is we've got the, we're building a well here. So let's see, we've got some materials on us to build this. Wells just look really good, right? So I think they're really nice to have nearby to farms, things like that. But also it's kind of going to be nice to have one near our house. We can use it to get drinks from and stuff. And also in a minute, I'm going to use it to fill up the basin we've got there, the wash basin basically. So yeah, just going to give you a little updates along the ways we do the building, but pretty happy with how this is coming along. So I was just having a look at the what we could plant. And in this season, autumn, we can plant rye, as you can see here, and that'll be ready to harvest in spring. And that's what I think we're going to do, because just looking around, there's nothing else that looks like worth doing, because the wheat would be cool, but I want to have this all harvested by spring, because then we're going to get into doing flax, which we have to plant in spring. So that's what I think I'm going to do. It'll help me to get my farming up. It'll also give us a load of rye, which is, you know, never a bad thing, just to have extra materials. So we're going to go plant that on that big farm. So I've got the rye grain on me, but what I need to do, I'm just realizing, is get myself a load of fertilizer first. Then we can go and do that field. So you can see here we got a ton of fertilizer. We're going to need it, so that's good. Let me get this all set up, and that's what we're going to do next. Now this field is a 16 by 16, which I think I just calculated was about 256 in total. So if we look down here at the rye grain, we've got 212. We're not quite going to be able to do all of this. The fertilizer we're going to have to do in 2 sittings as well. So that kind of gives you an idea of the scale of this field, but we are going to do all of that and do what we can here just to get this going. So in terms of what we've got going on here at the moment, the farming is almost at 3,000. So it's pretty good because we're just 500 off the cowshed right now. So we'll see what we're at the end. We started this off at almost 3,000. Let's see once all this has been fertilized and then planted what we end up being at that stage. All of the farm has now been planted. There is a bit of the farm that is, been fertilized, but we didn't have the seeds for. However, it's coming to the end of the season, so we're going to sleep, and it's good timing because, as you can see, I'm actually starving to death right now. So in finishing off that field, which I wanted to get done by the end of the season, I did kind of negate my health somewhat there, and we were taking a bit of damage. But as you know, once the season resets, so as soon as we go to sleep, we get all of our stats back anyway, so it didn't see much point or wasting time with eating. So the next season, of course, is going to be winter, and it's going to be a bit of a nothing season. There's nothing I have planned particularly for that season. I will check on the animals, see if anyone has bred. I'll also check on the orchard, see what the growth is there. We're still waiting on the trees to grow in the orchard. You'll remember in a previous episode that the hops have been planted, they've been harvested, I should say. So yeah, there's not much we're doing in winter, but in spring, that's when we're going to do the harvesting and then more planting of the flax. Anyway, let's go ahead and sleep through and see how we go. Hopefully we have enough of the warm clothes that we need, but maybe we'll need to get extra because sometimes that does happen. But before we worry about any of that stuff, let's have a look and see if there's anything of interest happening with our animals. So have any of them bred? Yes, they have. Okay, cool. All right, not only have the horses bred, guys, the stallion can now be sold. We can sell the stallion for 1,450. The colt sells for 1,175. So I'm a bit surprised that it doesn't actually sell for more than that. The 1,450 is for an adult. It's pretty close just to sell the children off, which is interesting. Let's go take a look at them. And actually, I was a bit distracted there. Pigs, sheep, goats. I think all that is the same. Yeah, looks to be. All right, let's go check on our new horses. Oh, incidentally, my farming skill as well. Let's check on that. So building 4,400, we're getting there. We're getting towards the mines. Very exciting. And farming 3,090. And what do we need to get to? 3,500, I think, right? Wow. Okay, we're getting pretty close on both of them. It's actually getting quite exciting now. Okay, here we are over at the horses. It looks like mum and dad are still asleep, and the new baby will be around here somewhere. There we go. There he is. So that's pretty cool. And apparently then if we go around to the other side, this one will have grown up. And yeah, there we go, guys. Has indeed grown up. And we've got the stallion right here that we can sell if we want to. And to be honest, I think I will, because I'm on 30 coins right now. And we are breeding these horses to sell them. That is basically the point. So I think we'll do that. So the stallion, let's go ahead and sell you. Now, I guess it is technically better to like keep hold of the young ones and sell them only when they're adults. You get a few hundred coins extra. I don't know, it doesn't seem overly worth it, you know. I'm just thinking like whether we should like bother selling them now or what. For the donkeys, like 135 goes up to 200. So as a percentage, that's quite an increase, right? Because from 135 up to 200, I mean, it's like 170%, right? Increase. I will never know why I tried to do maths on camera. It's actually about a 50% increase, right? From 135 up to 200. Whereas for the colts right here, from like almost 1,200 to 1,450, I mean, it's just, yeah, it doesn't seem worth it. It's like a 20% increase. Oh, we got a new skill level diplomacy as well, so we can spend a point here. Let's have a look, see what we want. This is cool. 5% faster production done by NPCs. I think we're going to go ahead and spend it on that one. In fact, we got 2 points to spend, so we'll do one on that one because that's pretty awesome. Oh, and this is opened up some stuff now. Let's have a look. Now, this one here is really tempting. 10% lower taxes. That's. I think we have to do it because we can keep leveling this up as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, get our taxes down, and eventually we'll get them down by like 30%, which would be awesome. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good way to spend that one. Now, the other thing we can do at the moment is go and shear all of the sheep as well. Do I have the shears on me? No, I'll grab those. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'll do it off camera, but then I want to see how much wool I've actually got because we have had our sheep shearer NPC woman working on that for quite some time now. So I think our wool is going to be getting, you know, pretty decent, getting a good backlog there. And we might want to see if there's anything we want to do with that. Because it's winter, so we might want to do something with it to make some warmer clothing up. And also, it might be something that, you know, the warmer clothing, we might not need to wear it. We may just want to sell it and get some money out of it. So we'll look at our options there in just a second. So after all that sheep shearing, you can see here we do now have 200 wool. So I'm definitely going to do something with that because it's going to help with our production technology as well, which is something we're, of course, trying to get up. So production technology is, let's see this one here. The things we're heading towards here are a bit further away, like the market stall, for example, because Kitchen 2, it'll be nice to have that. It's not as exciting though as getting like a new market stall, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing more of pretty much all of the technology stuff to unlock more points, just so we can start progressing through the game. Also, you may notice that there are currently 14 problems in my town, so I should probably really get on with that. I don't think anybody is doing any work at the moment with that many problems. So what I think I'll do is quickly get this sewing stuff done, and then we'll take a look at that and try and fix up our town a little bit. Now, what I thought I'd do is we'll make something a bit new up. We're going to go for a hood here, and let's see, we can make up just like a normal hood. We can go for some of these other ones, like the fur hood, but then we need to use fur. So I think I'm just going to do this one, the hood. So we'll buy that scheme there for 400 coins, and let's craft up 17 of these. Now, we're just going to sell them mostly, but I do think it could be kind of cool to wear one of the hoods and see how it looks as well, because I'm not sure we've actually had one of those in the game yet. As we get into winter, it's actually kind of like something that might be useful too. So let's come outside here, get to where we can see ourselves a bit better. And let's see, where's the hood? There it is. Oh, so actually we have one of these. It's just we've got the better one, the fur hood. Even so, these sell for 410 a piece. So let's go sell them all and see how much money we end up with, because obviously we don't get the full 410. But let's see what we get for each one. So these hoods, when we come to sell them, we get 287 each. So let's see, we can sell a few to her. So 861. Before we do, let's just have a look. So we're on about 1,000 coins, right? 1,080. Let's go around to all of these people, sell all the hoods that we can, and see where we end up. All right, there we go. All the hoods are now sold, and we're on almost 6,000 coins. So sheep are turning out to be quite profitable. We haven't had them that long in the pen. And so to get that much money just out of those fur hoods is pretty good. There's probably a much better way we can spend our wool as well. And in the future, if we start combining it with other resources like, you know, fur and leather and stuff like that for some of the other linen things that we can make, then I definitely think there's going to be a lot of money to be made out of them. So yeah, we're doing pretty good for money, which is good. As I say, the focus now is getting all those tech points up so I can build some of the new stuff, which is looking pretty cool. The final thing that our house needed was a little fireplace for us to sit by and keep warm, especially during these winter months. And of course, we actually need to move into it. So if we go into management and houses, let's see just under here. Oh, now we have to find it. So it's got to be this one, right? Actually, maybe this one. No, that's a newer. Why is that newer? I'm actually so confused about that. It isn't newer, I just can't read. Okay, this is the one here, 99.3. So if we go into there, we want to make this our house. So let's see if we can find us. So Bogner, I believe that's our wife, right? So if we just double click there, then me, her, and Kai, and Rudolph, I should say, we'll all get moved in. There we go. So this is now our house. We now own it. We proudly own it. The only thing is it's looking a bit bare inside. Perhaps I need to do a whole episode dedicated to decorating stuff, and we can start with this house. So let me know if you'd like to see that or not. But I think it could be good for in the future. In the next episode, I'm really hoping that we can get the tech points together to do, let's see, either the mine, which we're, you know, pretty close to, another 500 points, or, and again, I'm only about 400 points, the cow shed. So probably one of those two things, in fact, probably those two things in the next 2 episodes, right? That's probably how that's going to go. So really looking forward to doing both those things. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to seeing them. As always, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.